Well, as you all probably already saw, my last video was on Cars, and the video game that was released shortly after the film came out. I thought that for this video I would talk about my favorite animated film and the video game that came out also. This is of course Ratatouille. The good one of course, not the Xbox 360/PlayStation 3 version. Ratatouille is a 2007 animated film by Pixar Animation Studios. The story follows a talented rat named Remy who dreams of becoming a chef despite the common belief that rats do not belong in kitchens. After finding himself in Paris, he secretly teams up with a young kitchen worker, Alfredo Linguini, at the famous restaurant Gusteau's. By hiding under Linguini's chef hat and pulling his hair to guide his movements, Remy helps create extraordinary dishes that impress customers and restore the restaurant's reputation. Along the way, they face challenges from the restaurant's suspicious head chef, Skinner, and a feared food critic, Anton Ego. The video game is similar to the plot of the movie. The game starts in a farm setting. Remy goes off with his brother Emile to retrieve apple cores for his father. The farm is used as a tutorial level so that you can learn the controls and basic skills that are needed to complete the game. These include double jumping, climbing along nets and other surfaces, carrying items, and even a small glimpse of combat. The most important part I would say that you need to pay attention to is the part where you are taught how to row and get out whirlpools, as this will be needed for the next section of the game. Just like in the film, Remy and Emile grab a cookbook by Remy's idol, the late Gusteau, so Remy can read it. They pull the book out of the window, which results in it shutting, awakening the old lady, who fires at the colony with a shotgun. Remy escapes with the book, and the colony escapes on homemade boats. This is where the training for rowing and escaping the whirlpools comes in handy, as you have to make your way through the Destiny River. I used to find this section very difficult back in the day, as I would keep being too slow and losing the colony, which causes a level fail. Remy ends up taking a wrong turn in the sewers and ends up lost from his family. Remy will then travel through the Paris streets, which is quite literally just the inside of walls and pipes that Remy will have to sprint and jump his way through. This will land him inside the restaurant next to the soup that Linguini had altered and absolutely ruined, just like in the film. By using the 4 buttons on the controller, Remy is able to place the correct ingredients into the soup so that he can improve it as he has seen in Gusteau's cookbook. After he has finished adding the appropriate ingredients to the soup, he will be spotted by Linguini and quickly makes an escape through the kitchen pipes. Now there are various pipe levels in this game where Remy will have to slide down and avoid any caps in the pipes. This is repeated but hated, at least for me, so that will be the last time I touch on the subject. The pipe takes Remy back to the sewer. Remy reunites with his father and Emile and tells them that they and the other rats are going to steal dog scraps at the restaurant. For this, multiple tasks have to be completed so that the colony can successfully steal the scraps. Several rats will provide Remy with various tasks to complete. The first task requires Remy to knock over the garbage cans and grab a bone from the inside to launch and distract the dog that is covering the way in. After the first dog has been distracted, Remy will be tasked with removing all of the rat traps using the various wooden spoons that are spread across the map whilst avoiding the dog patrolling in the middle. Remy is then instructed to climb up to the highest point of the map so that they are able to drop a coin down, which will distract Linguini so that the rats can prepare for the final strike. Emile will be waiting for Remy so that you can start the heist for the food. First, you'll have to help Twitch short-circuit the electronic system by pressing the buttons as prompted. Secondly, you'll have to help Git pull the rope so that you can pull the bucket off from the staircase. Finally, Remy will have to carefully guide the rats so that they are not caught by the dog. By pressing the buttons that are prompted on the screen, you can guide them through. The plan works successfully, but it results in Linguini chasing Remy when he sees the other rats leaving. The most memorable part of this game is the chase sequences, and for sure it is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this game. After escaping, it is back to the sewer for the next level. Remy returns to the kitchen to steal from the cooler. This level will allow Remy to freely explore the kitchen so that you can prepare for the food heist. Just like the first level, there are various objectives that Remy has to go around and complete. In the first objective, Remy is asked to go up to the gas switch and turn it off, as this will distract the humans temporarily. This time around, after every objective is completed, Linguini is called out to help with the kitchen, which you'll need to do with Remy in the chef's hat. Remy helps Linguini 3 times when he's given a special order. Next up, Remy will have to climb up and around the kitchen to steal the key to the cooler and put a rope over the knob of the door so that Git can open it once again. Just like last time, you'll have to help Git open the door with the rope pulling minigame, knock down the foods from inside the cooler, and guide the colony to safety using the buttons and prompts. The colony steals the food, but the head chef Skinner spots him. Skinner chases Remy throughout the kitchen. The kitchen has been completely changed around during the chase sequence where Remy will have to avoid various traps, such as cookers that have been left on. It's absolutely hilarious watching Skinner destroy the kitchen trying to chase a rat. After being able to escape, Remy has now successfully completed the heist and will make his way back to the sewers to prepare for the next heist with his father. The colony wants to try stealing food from the local market. Once again, there are various objectives to be completed so that the heist can be pulled off successfully. First, Remy will have to grab a fuse and return it so that the forklift can be used, which is quite an easy first task. Secondly, Remy will have to knock down the priced food. This includes some fish, meat, and pastries. After this, Remy will need to follow the old lady from the farm earlier and place all of the priced foods in her basket. This will be needed for later as the basket will be taken from the old lady. Now it is time for the heist. First you'll have to match the colored buttons so that you can turn on the conveyor belt. Then once again help Git with the rope to pull the basket down with the food. Remy helps his colony steal priced foods at the market, but Skinner and the old lady from the cottage chase him. This time the chase is through the market where the old lady and Chef Skinner will literally almost kill each other just to be able to catch Remy. After this section has been completed, it's time to go back to the sewer so that the next mission can commence. Just like in the film, the fruit critic Anton Ego, also known as the quote-unquote Grim Eater, has arrived at Gusteau's for a review. One that will be important to the cooks. However, except for Linguini and Colette, they all leave after finding out about Remy. Remy discovers Skinner has laid traps everywhere. Remy will have to knock over the plates and bring Skinner into the freezer where he will be locked inside for the rest of the mission. Remy will then be tasked with removing all of the traps that are spread around the kitchen and after this sneak into the office to take Gusteau's cookbook so that they can cook the meals. This is what Remy will be helping Colette do in the next part of the level. Skinner escapes and chases Remy throughout Gusteau's restaurant, wrecking it in the process. While Remy manages to escape from Skinner, who is later crushed accidentally by a chandelier, the restaurant's credibility is lost due to the revelation of the rat colony's existence, and it is forced to close down. However, with Ego's funding, Linguini and Colette managed to open a bistro called La Ratatouille with Remy as its head chef. I would like to mention the bonus Dreamworld missions that are scattered across each level of the game. Dreamworlds are optional bonus stages that Remy falls asleep and enters. These levels transform the environment into a trippy, oversized food-themed land where you can collect floating items like fruit, cheese, and coins, and avoid falling.